Welcome to Sister Scoot, where we are covering the top 3 Marvel news topics of the week. We had another busy week of really good news coming out of it. The first is something, guys, I've been I can't even start it. I'm so genuinely excited about this news. This is something that if you watched our X-Men 97 episodes and really anytime I think we've ever talked about the X-Men, I have brought up this topic, and that is Mr. Sinister. Rumor has it that he will pretty much be like the guy of the mutant saga, the villain. And, I think this is so deserved because he is like the one really, really prominent X-Men villain that I feel like we've never, ever, ever seen in any live action.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think when you're looking at how the MCU is going to adapt these characters, right, knowing it's kind of the second but also kind of the third iteration.
Yeah.
Because Fox had a soft reboot that was not really a reboot. Whatever. Anyway.
Right.
They're gonna do what they did with Spider-Man. Right? Do what they did with the Fantastic Four. Be looking to tell stories that have not yet been done in any of the other times that we have seen these characters in live action. So I don't think for that reason, Mr. Sinister is really all that surprising. To your point, they've done the Sentinels, they've done, Magneto as a villain. They've played him kind of both ways because he is that very morally gray character. They've done quite a few of the other obviously the Phoenix Saga twice. They've done these kind of very iconic characters or these iconic storylines already. And really the big one that you're right is like a very glaring missing factor here is Mr. Sinister because he's so prevalent in so many storylines. I mean, heck, Are we going to end up with the Goblin Queen? Because that's very possible now that he is potentially the big bad.
First off, don't get me started. But, this man deserves his time. Yeah. And if I don't see him kidnapping Jean Grey in multiple movies, I just don't want it. Like, I don't care. I think if you guys have spent any time, if you're not really comic readers, because we've been very open about the fact we do our research, we will go into them, we'll dabble, but we're not obviously super, super like, I cannot tell you an X-Men comic to save my life. That's just not who I am. But we are obviously really big on taking in all other mediums of Marvel, and that includes television. And we grew up watching the X-Men show. We rewatched it for X-Men 97. And this man just keeps appearing in every 3 episodes. And the fact that we never saw him offends me, actually. I am offended. So I'm hoping this is true. Don't get me wrong. Apocalypse is awesome. We're kind of seeing that happen in X-Men 97. I don't really know if we need to see that mirrored in the live action. Plus, we have seen that to a degree. No, we saw it. I just blanked it out of my mind.
Yeah, wasn't it Oscar Isaac?
Yeah.
The silence says it all. Look, nothing against our man Oscar. That movie was just, wow.
That's why I was like, oh no, wait, we did actually physically see him. That is right. Okay.
Yeah, that movie was rough.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So beyond the point, we're hoping that Mr. Sinister actually is going to have his moment. But moving on to our next topic, which is also X-Men related. First off, I'm going to let T carry this one, but I'm first just going to say, as somebody who went to school in New Jersey and has a real soft spot for the state, what did New Jersey ever do to Magneto?
Yes. Great tee up. So recently, Sir Ian, who obviously very famously has played Magneto in the original trilogy and has reprised his role, obviously we know as well, is going to be in Doomsday. He had been, I don't remember where he was, but someone was saying, he was talking about the effects or something, and he was like, yeah, last week I leveled New Jersey. And everyone was like, come again? So unclear. One of the articles I was reading is talking about it's not clear at this point. Is it the X-Men universe New Jersey that he absolutely just wipes off the map? Is it 616's New Jersey? Because that brings with it, Kamala Khan, they were pointing out, who is a very famous resident of Jersey City. So that part is not clear, but Sir Ian is out here pulling, a Tom Holland and just kind of letting us all know super casually some maybe important plot points. And the cute thing was, he was like, afterwards, he was like, I probably shouldn't have said that. I love it when they do that and then immediately catch themselves and are like, oh no.
Yeah, and it almost makes it worse. I'm like, just keep going. At that point, like, you might as well lean into it instead of sitting here and being like, I shouldn't have said that. But
yeah, don't draw attention to it.
Yeah, no, literally. So this is going to be an interesting kind of thing because, to your point, the universes are kind of unclear. I think that's been a lot of the rumors, or just like 2 cents almost coming out of Doomsday right now, has been a lot of, the X-Men might not be in the X-Men universe that we've seen. This might be a different X-Men universe, all this stuff. And quite frankly, to that I say, my brain doesn't have the capacity to even begin to think about that. When the movie comes, I'll enjoy it.
And also, like, what's the point, right, of like bringing in the same characters if they're not going to be from the universe that we've already seen, that like has all of that history? Like, because like, yes, it could be the same faces in another universe, right? But they could have a completely different history. Look at the version of Wolverine that we got in Deadpool and Wolverine. Same actor, same face, completely different history. So like, from an emotional payoff perspective, why would we do that?
I mean, I don't really care from my perspective. I just need to like not use my brain in that capacity. I want it very blatantly told to me. Either way, I don't know what Jersey did to him. I have few words for my second favorite state out there. So, to my New Jerseyans, I'm sorry. I don't really know what that looks like, being wiped off the map. So, I mean, good luck. I don't know.
And as we've seen, Magneto has the capacity to do some real damage. So it's not necessarily hyperbolic that he's like, I just really damaged New Jersey, and it's like this tiny little corner of New Jersey. Like, it's very possible that he said, I damaged New Jersey, and meant the entire state.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be no more arguments about if Central Jersey exists, because the whole state won't exist the way he's making it sound. So we'll find out. Good luck, Jersey people. My people of Jersey, just good luck. But on to our very last topic, also kind of Doomsday related. We will not be getting any big trailers during the Super Bowl. Obviously, for our American friends who are getting ready for the big game this weekend, won't be us. Eagles aren't in it. Don't worry. It's marked safe. We will not be. But for those of you who are watching, there will not be any big Marvel drops, big trailer drops. And that's kind of unusual because if you guys think about it, we've really had big drops since I guess it would have been the 2021, one of those Super Bowls that when Disney Plus was coming back.
I think it was the 2020 Super Bowl, because it was right because Disney Plus had premiered or like launched as a platform, I believe, in fall of 2019. All of y'all have already heard the iconic story of they have the animated Spider-Man text thread that went through in fall of 2019 between the two of us. And then I believe, if memory serves, and this is just straight up memory, which we all know mine is faulty, I believe that February 2020 Super Bowl then.
I think it was that
was
one,
like their big.
I think I was still at school. It was right before COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much ever since, we've had some sort of big trailer drop in some way, shape, or form. And so this will be the first year that they're confirming they're not dropping any.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been confirmed necessarily by the studio. This is a Deadline report. So I feel like my confidence level is pretty high that this is accurate. Deadline's a very reputable source. They kind of know what they obviously know what they're doing. But the studio, it just to say the studio hasn't come out and said like, yeah, we're not releasing any trailers during the Super Bowl. I'm bummed. Like, there were, I want to say a couple weeks ago, reports that we were going to get a Doomsday trailer at the Super Bowl. Look, in retrospect, that was maybe a little bit of wishful thinking, considering Spider-Man comes out first and we've yet to see anything related to Spider-Man, and Doomsday already has 4 teasers that aren't teasers, and that's a whole other thing. But the fact that we're not getting anything for this year is kind of wild, and I don't like it, because I really like when the new trailers drop and it's like the Super Bowl, and even when they don't show it, because a lot of times they're not showing it well, one, the ad time is like too short and too expensive, but they're often like sending you to YouTube and everybody's doing that and it's really crazy and like all this stuff and like it's so fun, and that's a really big time to just like obviously everybody's online talking about the game, the ads, the whole nine, and it's just like to be a part of that is like there's a lot of hype and it's a really big moment in kind of the Marvel calendar every year, and it kind of sucks.
So personally, another time I have a differing opinion. I am not watching the game because again, I don't no
I'm here
reason
for Bad
to.
Bunny and Green Day.
Oh, I'll be turning on, yes, for the halftime show. Yes, that whole thing I will be watching. The game itself I will not be watching. I to my Seahawks fans, personally, I hope y'all win. NFC should bring it home always. I was rooting for the Broncos just to beat the Chiefs all year, so I don't really, y'all, it's fine. But either way, good luck to those fans out there for your team to win. I won't be joining. And therefore, I feel good that I don't need to feel like I have to. Because I still remember watching the 2020 Super Bowl, and it was I think that was the Chiefs-Niners one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be watching this game right now, but I'm watching it for the commercials. So, or specifically for Marvel. And that was, we didn't even have the podcast at that point. I just knew they were dropping stuff. So I was like, okay. So it kind of makes me happy because I'm like, okay, I don't need to, if something does drop, Taylor's gonna text me. I'll know.
Yeah.
Like we're good. I don't need to tune in. So it's kind of a relief. It's gonna let me have a free night.
I mean, I'm just doing a low stakes watch of a football game, which is very different from the watch that I had last year where
Correct.
I was freaking out. And
I don't think I sat down for 90% of that game. So I completely understand that.
Yeah. I mean, great memes because they won, but the road to get there at the beginning was a little rocky, and then of course they crushed them.
Yes, correct.
Anyway,
as you can tell, we're still reminiscing at the fact that now we're not there again. So anyway, we will see if we do have some surprise trailers drop, but as of right now, doesn't seem like that's going to be the direction we go. But that has been this week's Sister Scoop. Make sure you guys are joining us next week as we go through 3 more Marvel news topics of the week. And on the podcast side, we are still covering some Wonder Man stuff, some stragglers, still talking about the show. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's been getting so many great reviews, including from us. So go and spend the time and binge it. It's so worth it. Go watch it, then come listen to us, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.